The big question, have you washed your hands? And Goku just goes like, in typical John Moxley, who was Dean Ambrose in the WWE fashion, basically going like, nope. When did Goku become such a filth bucket? And she is like, I cannot believe this guy. Granted, I don't know if they actually have anything. Is there sanitizer? Did she pack some sanitizer? Anything to wash your hands? So, I mean, like, all you did was give him toilet paper. So help him out, you know? Throw some sanitizer or some soap that way, you know? You can't be too mad. You're the one that packed everything. Goku came into this world with nothing other than his power pole, aka Nimbo. The plane having crash and skid all over to the side like that, and we see that basically from here a huge danger zone because Panzy of course packed way too much from the last thing, and she's saying she had like medical supplies, backup supplies for if the plane ended up getting damaged because she's a mechanic, and lots of toilet paper, which obviously a lot of us probably know a lot about. Going back 4 years ago when the pandemic started, everybody was buying up that. So that's basically what's caused this plane to go down, and so she goes ahead and get ready to basically go ahead and set everything up. We end up seeing Panzy, or no, it's Son Goku, who ends up asking Panzy, do you have like any toilet paper, I think it is, or actually before we get to that, he's asking like East Kaioshin, because this is where she actually reveals that he's a Glen, or Glendian, I think it is how it would be pronounced in when it's translated to English. And Son Goku basically says that the East Kaioshin, aka the Supreme Kai, is the strongest of them all in terms of deities, which according to knowledge, based on this being about a year, 6 months to a year after the Buu Saga, that would definitely be the case. And then Son Goku from here, basically, you know, you see he's like, yeah, East Kaioshin's the top one, and East Kaioshin's kind of like, you know, being humble and embarrassed, but Panzy thinks it's really cool. And then the stomach gets going, and it's from here that Goku, I basically he ends up starting I think he said he's hungry again, and he ends up constantly mispronouncing Glorio's name. I think it's like calling Goyo or something like that instead of the Glorio and all that stuff. And then from there, basically Goku demonstrates that he can't pronounce it right, and Glorio's like, fine, suit yourself. And then from here, Goku, I believe, has to go use the bathroom, and Panzy is just not liking how Goku's so rude and just being so crude and all that stuff. She's yelling all at him, and Son Goku's only response to this is to ask, hey, you got any of that toilet paper on you? And the way it was animated, this thing just comes straight out of the screen and boom, smack, hits Son Goku in the face. I mean, out of every single majin we've seen here in the demon world, Panzy probably most definitely, I would say, has gotten the best shot on Son Goku. Smacked him right in the face, like, and it goes into the air, and basically we get this great shot where it pans right over to Goku, nearly knocks him on. Like I'm saying, when you look at all the jabronis Goku's been beating, she definitely got the best shot on Goku through this whole thing. And Goku manages to catch it, and what's his response is to say thank you and runs off. And Panzy just cannot believe how crude Son Goku is, and that boy is running because he's got the runs just going right behind that tree, basically to do his best John Witherspoon impression, if you remember him playing the character Craig's father back in the Friday series. Oh boy, you gotta love Toriyama's comedy humor, and rest in peace, John Witherspoon, just an all-time great actor and comedian. Just man, fantastic. He definitely leaves behind a great legacy for us all to remember. And as the Goku's busy doing his business, we end up getting as I think they call it in the subtitles, the Zandamari, basically, which is basically kind of like this military force that is basically these are Gomah's military force. They end up landing, and I really love this angle right here where they're basically like, okay, everybody be calm. Be calm. they don't want to go ahead and rock the boat, and they see the three of them just standing there. And as they land, Glorio's like, just keep it calm. And I love the intensity, like the tension just picked up with the wind and with the hair blowing right here. This was awesome. So the guy comes off and he's basically like, all right, let me go ahead and see your collar, your neck collars that they put around their necks and all that stuff. And Glorio said he doesn't have one because he's from another world, and East Kaioshin's like he's just out here visiting. And they asked Panzy to see hers, and you can just see, I love the way it's animated too. Panzy very reluctant, but she knows she has to show this, and we do see that covering up that cloth that's covering up is indeed covering up her that's indeed covering up her the collar and everything that they use to control these poor people. And it's crazy because she's a princess and even she has to wear this collar, and you can tell she just absolutely does not like it. And we see that they put it to her neck and it glows, and I guess that's how they're able to read information, almost like an ID sort of thing. And you could just tell Panzy is just annoyed by this, hates that they have to live like this. Whereas the East Kaioshin, man, he's like, wow, like this is ridiculous. And we saw how much of just a bunch of a-holes these guys were in like episode 3. And it's from here, they're angry and they're asking, hey, did you see like a kid with spiky black hair and a red stick? Which I said before, tell me the most boring way to describe Son Goku, and there it is. And they're basically saying, all right, we're gonna leave you guys be, but if you find them, you tell us. And they end up going about their way. And just conveniently, as they shoot off into the sky, Son Goku, that boy is good, relieved himself, he is done. Apparently he looked like he used up all the toilet paper, so he's just gonna leave all that nasty stainness right there in the demon world. And Goku basically is wondering, like, who are those guys? And this is where the East Kaioshin's like, you're a fugitive now, if maybe you can tie your hair up and everything. And Goku's like, oh, well, I can't really tie my hair up because it's pretty resistant, as we've seen. I think it was in Z, right? It was Vegeta who goes like, a Saiyan's hair never changes from the day that he is born. And that's why, Goku and Vegeta have the same hairstyle. Though I have to admit, Goku will probably look really cool with like a ponytail in the back. I mean, hey, a lot of people like to rag on Yamcha, aka Yamcha, but hey, that design that he had, I think back in was it movie 3? I think it was. Yeah, movie 3. The Tree of Might and all that stuff. Man, when he had that ponytail, Yamcha looked awesome. Really cool looking martial artist he was there. Unfortunately, he's not very much, in professional wrestling terms, not very much booked like I would say an all-time great martial artist. And basically Panzy, she actually is saying what I'm thinking, because they're having this conversation here, Goku and East Kaioshin, and she asks the big question, have you washed your hands? And Goku just goes like, in typical John Moxley, who was Dean Ambrose in the WWE fashion, basically going like, nope. When did Goku become such a filth bucket? And she is like, I cannot believe this guy. Granted, I don't know if they actually have anything. Is there sanitizer? Did she pack some sanitizer or anything to wash your hands? So I mean, like, all you did was give him toilet paper. So help him out, throw some sanitizer or some soap that way. You can't be too mad. You're the one that packed everything. Goku came into this world with nothing other than his power pole, aka Nimbo. So yeah, as they're flying, basically, we see it going from the sunset and everything, and